Chosen one, stop scrolling. Something inside you told you to pause right here. Because what you're about to hear isn't coincidence, it's divine timing. You have exactly 21 minutes left before something in your energy shifts forever. This message was meant for you, and when you hear it, you'll understand why your entire life has felt different. The moment you realize you're not like the others. All your life, you felt like you didn't belong. Crowded rooms made you feel alone. You sensed energies that others couldn't see. You carried emotions that weren't even yours. And deep down, you knew you were sent here for something greater. The world called you sensitive. They mocked your heart, your empathy, your depth. But what they didn't know is that your sensitivity was your superpower. It was proof of your awakening, proof that your soul remembers who you are. The hidden weight of being chosen. Being chosen isn't glamorous. It's lonely. It's painful. It's nights spent asking God, why me? And mornings spent pretending everything's fine. But that pain is divine preparation. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every moment you were misunderstood wasn't to destroy you. It was shaping you into a vessel for something sacred. You weren't meant to fit in, chosen one. You were meant to stand out. The spiritual war they don't talk about. You've felt it, haven't you? The unseen resistance. Every time you rise, something tries to pull you back down. That's not random, that's spiritual warfare. Because when light begins to rise in a dark world, darkness fights to dim it. They'll attack your confidence, your peace, your purpose, just to make you forget who you are. But remember this, the attack is proof of your anointing. The isolation before transformation. God separates before He elevates. When you started losing people, opportunities, connections, that was your sign that the old version of you was dying. You had to be stripped bare to remember your soul's true power. Loneliness is not punishment, it's divine protection. He's not keeping you away from the world. He's keeping the world away from you until your light is ready to shine. The silence that speaks volumes. You're not crazy for hearing things others can't. You're not strange for feeling things deeply. You're not weak for wanting peace instead of chaos. That quiet inside you, that stillness that calls your name at night. That's your soul whispering, wake up, it's time. Because the old energy around you can't go where you're going. The rebirth of the chosen. You're not who you used to be, and that's why everything is shifting. You've shed layers of illusion, faced your shadows, and survived storms that were meant to bury you. You thought you were breaking, but you were actually becoming. Every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night was unlocking gifts you didn't even know you had. The calling that can't be ignored. You've been feeling it lately, that pull in your chest. That urge to start over, to do something meaningful. To walk away from everything fake and walk toward truth. That's not random, chosen one. That's your calling awakening. You were chosen not because you were perfect, but because your soul carries the frequency of healing. Wherever you go, light follows. And that's why people react to your energy. They feel what they can't explain. The moment of decision. Now you stand between two worlds. The comfort of your old life and the unknown of your destiny. But hear this clearly, you were not chosen to play small. You were chosen to break generational chains, to shift timelines, to awaken others through your truth. The fear you feel right now, that's the final test. Because your higher self is ready to emerge. All it's waiting for is your yes. The countdown has begun. You said you had 21 minutes. Maybe that number isn't random. Maybe it's symbolic, a countdown to your rebirth. Because once you hear these words, You can't go back to sleep spiritually. The energy is moving. Your angels are aligning things you can't yet see. And when that clock hits 0, you'll step into the next phase of your divine purpose. The awakening wave. The chosen are rising all across the planet. Empaths, healers, starseeds, lightworkers. Souls who remember that this world is not all it seems. We are part of the same wave, the chosen wave. And together, we awaken the collective. You are not alone in this. You are seen, you are guided. You are part of something far greater than you can imagine. The final revelation. Everything that fell apart was meant to. Everything you lost cleared the path for everything real. And every delay you faced was divine timing protecting your destiny. This is your moment of realization. You are chosen not for comfort, but for impact. To be the one who brings light to those still asleep. The hidden preparation you didn't know was happening. Chosen one, everything you've been through lately, the silence, the confusion, the sudden distance from people, none of it was random. It was a setup. A divine setup designed to awaken your power. God had to isolate you so you could finally hear your own frequency again. You were surrounded by so much noise, so much energy that wasn't yours. You forgot what your own spirit sounded like. But now, He's tuning you back to your original vibration. The vibration of a warrior soul. This is why you feel everything more deeply. You've become an antenna for higher wisdom. And though it hurts sometimes, remember, the deeper you feel, the stronger your connection to the divine becomes. The veil between realms is thinning. Have you noticed it? Your dreams are getting vivid. You're seeing repeating numbers, 11, 11, 222, 333. And your intuition feels louder than ever before. That's not imagination. That's awakening. You're beginning to see beyond the illusion. The world of form, the mask of society, the false smiles and fake energies. Your eyes are adjusting to truth. And once you truly see, you can't unsee. The spirit realm is closer than ever. Ancestors are whispering guidance in your sleep. Synchronicities are guiding your every step. You are being prepared for revelation, the kind that shakes your entire reality. The shift in frequency. Something inside you is changing. Your body feels heavier some days, lighter on others. Old habits suddenly feel wrong. And things that used to excite you now feel meaningless. That's your vibration rising. You're shedding timelines, leaving behind versions of yourself that no longer serve your divine path. And though it feels uncomfortable, like you're floating between worlds, know this, you're transforming into light. When you raise your frequency, lower energies can't reach you anymore. That's why certain people suddenly stop talking to you. That's why places that once felt familiar now feel foreign. It's not rejection, it's spiritual elevation. The truth about why they can't stand you. Chosen one, they feel your energy before you even speak. Your presence disturbs their demons. Your light exposes what they try to hide. That's why people envy you without reason. That's why they gossip, lie, or act distant. It's not personal, it's spiritual polarity. The darkness within them recognizes the light within you. But remember, you weren't chosen to fight them. You were chosen to shine despite them. The ones who tried to break you were unknowingly building your strength. Every attack was a confirmation of your power. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. Your aura speaks for you. The reason you had to lose everything. You begged God to remove your pain. But instead, He removed the things causing it. The people, the situations, the cycles. At first it felt like punishment, but it was protection. He stripped away everything false so he could reveal what's real. Because when your spirit starts ascending, your surroundings must match that frequency. And anything that doesn't will crumble. You weren't losing your life, you were shedding your old skin. Like a phoenix, you were meant to burn before you rise. And now from those ashes, something divine is being reborn. The mysterious pull of destiny. You felt it recently, that quiet call in your spirit that says, go higher. You don't know what's next, but you can feel it coming. That's your destiny aligning itself. The universe is rearranging everything in your favor. Doors are opening silently. People are being placed in your path at divine timing. You don't need to chase anymore. What's meant for you is magnetically drawn to you. But hear as the truth. Before the blessing comes, there's always the breaking. The test before the testimony. The silence before the sound of your breakthrough. You're standing at that very edge right now. The threshold of your divine timeline. The 21-minute prophecy. Why 21 minutes? Because numbers hold vibration, and 21 carries the frequency of completion and rebirth. It symbolizes divine awakening, spiritual maturity, and the merging of heaven and earth within you. The moment you heard 21 minutes left, your soul recognized that something unseen was being activated. It's not a countdown to fear. It's a countdown to transformation. Within those 21 symbolic minutes, you are being rewritten energetically. Old codes are dissolving. New frequencies are being installed in your spirit. This is the upgrade your soul has been waiting for, the hidden assignment of every chosen one. Chosen ones aren't here to live ordinary lives. You are sent to awaken others simply by existing in truth. You carry a vibration that heals, not through words, but through your energy. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When you speak, hearts open. When you love, you heal wounds generations deep. You are a walking frequency of divine remembrance. This is why life feels heavier for you. You're carrying light in a world that fears it. But that's also what makes you unstoppable. Your soul agreed to this before you were born. To be the light in the darkest hour of humanity. The return of divine balance. Everything that once felt chaotic will soon make sense. The universe is balancing every scale. Every betrayal will birth redemption. Every delay will become divine alignment. Your enemies will watch you rise not out of pride, but because your victory is part of their lesson. God is not punishing them. He's using you as the proof of what faith looks like. You are not forgotten. You were being hidden until it was time to be revealed. And that time is now. The voice of the higher self. Listen closely. That inner voice you keep hearing, the one that whispers keep going. That's not imagination. That's your higher self, the version of you that already exists in divine victory. She's been guiding you through every dark moment, reminding you of who you truly are. When you cried, she held you in silence. When you doubted yourself, she sent signs, dreams, numbers. Anything to remind you that your path is sacred. The more you trust her, the louder she becomes. And soon, you'll realize she's not separate from you. She is you. When the universe starts rearranging everything around you, the moment you accept that you are chosen, the universe begins to restructure your reality. People disappear, old paths collapse, things that once worked suddenly stop. At first it feels like loss, but in truth, it's alignment. Every closed door is a redirection. Every delay is divine protection. The universe starts clearing your path because what's coming next requires a new level of you. This is why lately you felt detached, even from what you prayed for. It's not that you've changed your heart. It's that your vibration is no longer compatible with what's not meant for your future. You've leveled up spiritually, and your external world is catching up. The unseen hand guiding you. There's a divine presence walking with you right now. You might not see it, but you can feel it. In the timing of events, in the whispers before big decisions, in the coincidences that are too perfect to ignore. That's divine orchestration. The universe, your ancestors, your angels. They're all aligning behind the scenes, shifting energies, making sure you end up exactly where you're meant to be. You may feel like you're walking alone, but the unseen realm is cheering for you louder than you could imagine. You are being guided, not by logic, but by spirit. The collapse before the rise. Chosen one, before every new level of awakening. There comes a moment where everything seems to fall apart. You lose direction, motivation, even your sense of self. That's not failure, it's ego death. The false identity you built to survive this world is being stripped away so your divine self can rise. It's the moment your soul takes control. That's why nothing feels the same anymore. You're literally being reborn in consciousness. This is the spiritual storm before peace. The darkness before sunrise. The breakdown before breakthrough. And once you rise from it, you will never be the same again. The reversal of energy. You're about to notice something powerful. The same energy that once rejected you will begin to recognize you. Those who ignored your worth will now feel drawn to your light. But remember, not everyone who returns is meant to stay. Some will come to drain, some to distract, and some because they finally see who you've always been. Discernment is your shield now. You've earned wisdom through pain. Don't trade your peace for familiarity. You're not who you were, and that's your power. The frequency of miracles. Miracles don't happen when you chase them. They happen when you align with them. And right now, your energy is shifting into that alignment. Have you felt moments lately where time slows down? Where you think of someone and they appear? Where you pray and receive instant confirmation? That's because your vibration is syncing with divine flow. You're moving into a timeline where effort is replaced by energetic trust. You no longer need to beg for what's already yours. You simply align with it. Your blessings are not coming to you. They're coming from you. The power of stillness. You've learned to fight. You've learned to survive. But now, the universe is teaching you something new: stillness. Stillness isn't weakness, it's mastery. It's the place where you stop reacting to chaos and start commanding your energy. It's when you realize not everything deserves your attention. Not every battle needs your sword. In stillness, you become untouchable. Because peace is the highest frequency of all. And only those anchored in peace can manifest with power. This is why your solitude has been so sacred. God is teaching you how to move like water. Silent yet unstoppable. The return of your power. You gave your energy to people who didn't deserve it. You tried to heal those who didn't want to be healed. You poured into others until you ran dry. But the season of depletion is over. The universe is calling your power back. Every piece of energy you gave away in love and light is returning multiplied. You'll soon notice your glow returning, your intuition sharpening, your confidence rebuilding. Because once you learn to protect your energy, your power becomes magnetic. You don't chase, you attract. You don't explain, you embody. That's the mark of a true chosen one. The divine exchange. Every tear you've cried, every wound you've carried, it's being transmuted into wisdom. Pain was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. God doesn't waste pain. He turns it into purpose. He turns broken hearts into healing hands. He turns isolation into revelation. You were chosen because you can carry both light and shadow without losing your soul. You are the balance between worlds, the bridge between heaven and earth, the awakening of divine vision. Lately, you may notice flashes of insight, prophetic dreams, or sudden waves of clarity. That's your third eye awakening. You're beginning to see beyond illusion, into the hidden patterns of destiny. You'll start to understand people without words. You'll feel energies before they're revealed. You'll sense shifts before they happen. This is not magic, it's remembrance. You are remembering who you've always been. A divine soul with access to higher truth. Use this gift wisely. You're not meant to predict for entertainment, but to guide, heal, and protect. The rising of the inner warrior. You've been through storms that would have broken others. But here you are still rising, still glowing, still believing. That's because your soul is ancient. You fought battles in silence that no one saw. Yet you never let bitterness win. This is the warrior stage of your awakening. When your softness becomes strength, your forgiveness becomes armor, and your faith becomes fire. You don't need revenge. Your elevation will speak for itself. Because when a chosen one heals, they break curses for entire generations, the birth of divine purpose. Chosen one, your awakening wasn't random, it was an activation. Every experience, every heartbreak, every betrayal was shaping you into the person who could handle divine responsibility. You weren't meant to live a normal life. You carry ancient codes in your spirit, blueprints of change, gifts that activate others just by your presence. That's why life tested you harder than most. Because only those who have endured deep pain can hold deep power. Now the fog is lifting. You're beginning to understand what your soul came here to do. Your purpose isn't something you find, it's something that awakens within you. It's the moment you stop running from yourself and start remembering yourself. The supernatural alignment. You'll notice it, how suddenly things start falling into place. How strangers bring messages you were meant to hear. How random moments lead to divine connections. This is not luck, this is alignment. Your energy is syncing with your destiny. You no longer need to force outcomes, they flow to you naturally. Because now you're walking in divine rhythm. And when you move with Source, everything aligns. The right people are coming. The right doors are opening. Even your setbacks are being rewritten as stepping stones. Everything is working together silently for your awakening. The revelation of spiritual gifts. Chosen ones often hide their gifts because the world never understood them. But now those gifts are activating. You're feeling intuitive nudges, visions, sudden creative inspiration, and a pull to share your light with others. You've always been a healer, not through words alone, but through the energy you carry. When people are around you, they feel lighter, calmer, more connected. That's your spirit doing its work. Don't hide your gift anymore. Speak the truth that burns inside your heart. Create, teach, heal. You are the messenger, the one your ancestors dreamed of. The awakening of the heart. The greatest power you have isn't your mind, it's your heart. The world taught you to guard it, but God is teaching you to lead with it. Your compassion is rare, your love is healing. You feel what others can't because your heart operates on a higher frequency. But that gift came with lessons. To love without losing yourself. To give without draining your soul. Now your heart is learning divine balance. Love will no longer be your weakness. It will be your weapon of light. The shift in reality. You're beginning to notice how your thoughts shape the world around you. How the energy you carry influences everything you touch. That's not imagination, that's manifestation in motion. As a chosen one, your words carry vibration. When you speak light, the universe responds. When you affirm truth, creation bends to your frequency. This is why you must guard your tongue. Protect your mind and watch what you believe. Because your reality is no longer random. It's reflective of your vibration. The season of recognition. The world that once overlooked you will soon begin to recognize you. But this recognition won't come from ego, it will come from divine timing. Your work, your light, your authenticity. It will begin to attract the right eyes, the right hearts, the right platforms. You will no longer need to chase validation. Your frequency will speak for itself. And when it happens, stay humble. Because your success is not just for you. It's for everyone connected to your mission. You are a vessel of awakening, not just a name. The law of reflection. Every person who enters your life now is a mirror showing you something about yourself. The kind ones reflect your growth. The toxic ones reflect what still needs healing. And the ones who challenge you are sent to awaken your strength. Don't resist them, observe them. Every interaction is part of your initiation. The universe speaks through energy, not coincidence. And those who trigger you are actually guiding you toward mastery. The cosmic memory. Have you been feeling waves of déjà vu? Dreams that feel more real than reality. Memories of places you've never been. That's because your soul memory is returning. You're remembering lifetimes of wisdom. You've walked this path before, healer, prophet, messenger, guide. This lifetime, you came to finish what you started. To awaken not just yourself, but the collective. Every flash of remembrance is a reminder. You are eternal. You've never been lost, only asleep. And now your spirit is fully waking up. The power of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means making space for what's real. When God removes something, it's always because something higher is on its way. Stop chasing what's not aligned. Stop clinging to what's expired. You can't receive the new while your hands are full of the old. This is your season of surrender, where you trust the process so deeply that even uncertainty feels safe. Because you finally understand, everything is working for you. The return of divine confidence. You doubted yourself for too long. You questioned your worth because the world failed to see it. But that ends now. You are walking back into your power unapologetically. You are no longer explaining your light to those committed to misunderstanding it. You are no longer shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. This is your era of divine confidence. Because confidence in its purest form is simply believing in what God already placed within you. You were never too much. You were simply surrounded by people who were too small to handle your frequency. The angelic intervention. Recently you've been seeing feathers, light flashes, or feeling warmth when you pray. That's angelic confirmation. Your angels are closer than ever before. They've been protecting you from unseen danger, blocking attacks before they reach you, and clearing your path without you even knowing. You were never unprotected. You were surrounded by grace the entire time. Now they're stepping forward with messages and signs. Through music, numbers, dreams, and sudden intuitive knowing. Every time you say, "God, give me a sign," they whisper, "We've been sending them all along." The rebuilding phase. This next season of your life will not break you, it will build you. The foundation that was destroyed was never meant to last. Now you're building on truth, on authenticity, on divine alignment. You've learned who you are, what you deserve, and what you will never tolerate again. You're becoming unshakable not because life is easy, but because you finally understand your divine role in the storm. This is your construction phase, where your soul rebuilds the life it was always meant to live. Brick by brick, thought by thought, moment by moment. You're creating a reality that mirrors your divine identity. The calling has been activated. Now it's your turn, chosen one. If this message shook something inside you, it wasn't by accident. Your soul recognized truth. Your spirit remembered who you are. This is your confirmation. You are chosen, protected, and rising. Now it's time to move with that energy. Don't let this message fade into the noise. Anchor it. Type "I am chosen" in the comments to claim your divine identity. Like this video, so this frequency spreads to others awakening right now. And if your soul felt this vibration, subscribe to Chosen One. Because this is more than a channel, it's a spiritual movement. Every video here carries codes of awakening. Every word you hear here will realign you with purpose. Your journey doesn't end with this message, it begins here. So stand tall, breathe deep, and say it with power: I am chosen, I am ready, I am awakened.